Hello guys and welcome to Petrit Lush. Today we have this beautiful Mercedes C63S, which means it's even more powerful than the normal C63. Now it's actually not a normal C-Class, because if we look from the other side we can actually see that it's the C63S Estate, which means it has this hatchback which gives a little bit more trunk space and is more convenient for when you have a family. So in this video, everything about the exterior, the interior, and we will listen to how powerful this car sounds. So let's get to it. So starting off with the front, we can see these beautiful multi-beam LED headlights and a nice grille here in the front, which is with vertical lines in the middle and a blacked out Mercedes star, which is of course for the Distronic Plus. This one in particular has the AMG Night package, and you can see the blacked out bumpers over here. Also very cool, sporty looking bumpers as well. And not to forget, it has a camera up here underneath both side mirrors and in the back for the 360 degrees camera system. But we will get to that later. As mentioned before, this is the 63S, which means it has more horsepower than the normal 63. It has about 510 braking horsepower. So let's take a look at the engine. Here is a close look at the engine. It's a 4-liter V8 engine with 2 turbos, 510 braking horsepower, which means the 63S gives you 34 horsepower more than the 63. It goes 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in only 4.1 seconds, and it has a maximum speed of 280 kilometers an hour. It also has a 9-speed wet clutch automatic gearbox, which pretty much replaces the older 7-speed automatic gearbox. So the average consumption is about 10 liters per 100 kilometers, but out of experience I can say that when you drive on the highway you can get about 9 liters per 100 kilometers if you don't drive it in Sport Plus. So let's close this bad boy up. And let's continue with the side of the car. So let's start off with the wheels. 19-inch both in the front and in the back. As you can see, it has beautiful cross-spoked forged wheels. In the front the size is 225/40 19-inch, but in the back they are slightly wider with 265/35 19-inch. This one has the optional ceramic brake disc, as you can see, which cost about 5,000 more euros. And over here on the side you can of course see the V8 bi-turbo emblem. From the side we can see the shadow package doing its work, such as here on the side mirror and here at the bottom. We can also see the camera here on the side mirrors, which of course add to the 360 degree camera system. Not too many curves and lines on the side, but I do like how the windows shape all the way in a beautiful curve into a pointy end. But enough about the side. Now let's take a look at this beautiful rear design that this car has. So from the rear, the first thing you will probably notice are these beautiful exhaust pipes here at the bottom, with the diffuser here in the middle, everything blacked out. And of course on the right side we have the C63S emblem, and on the left side of course the AMG emblem. In my opinion, they did a great job with the rear of the car, and it looks a lot more aggressive than the side or the front. But now let's take a look at the boot space to see how much cargo space we have. Simply open up the trunk with this button or with your key. So as you can see, more than enough cargo space. It actually has 490 liters, and that's with the seats folded up. But if you fold them down, it actually increases to 1,510 liters of cargo space. That's a lot of suitcases. You can actually lift this up to reveal a little bit of extra cargo space, but not too much. Simply press this button to close the trunk. So let's close up the trunk simply by pressing the button. And let's have a look at the interior design of the car, which I can already tell you is very luxurious. So let's go. First thing we notice is the AMG logo illuminating. A very decent interior, showcasing the sportiness with, of course, the sporty steering wheel and the luxuriousness of the car. If we simply take a look at the door, first thing I notice is that the seat adjustment buttons are now down here instead of on the side. It does have the Burmeister surround sound system, heated seats of course, and all the buttons for the window. So let's enter. So inside the C63S, overall a beautiful interior, nice sporty AMG steering wheel, a Napa leather steering wheel with redesigned multifunctional buttons and selectors for the car's driving models and traction control settings. There's also a new 12.3-inch digital cockpit in front of you, which if we press the keyless go button will illuminate and will lighten up. Other than that, it's a very familiar design with a striking appearance. As a standard, it comes with a 10.3-inch infotainment display, which you can control with either touchscreen, the hardware controller over here, or with the voice commands. In the middle it has a very nice AMG emblem, and if we open this up we can see some storage space, as well as inside here or here some extra space, and of course at the door also some space with a cup holder. Now that I mention it, I don't see any cup holders in the middle, but we do have two over here, and they have added a phone charger, a wireless phone charger, here in the middle as well. I have the key right here, beautiful in glossy black color, and on the back it has a very nice engraving. Let's start up the electronics. AMG in the middle. In front of you you have the 12.3-inch digital cockpit, which right now is in the classic mode, but we can actually change it and then you can put it in either sport or super sport. But let's leave it in classic. You can also change the sides to show you different things, to change it to, for example, navigation. Let's talk about the other settings we have, such as when we press the vehicle button, we can control the climate control. We have the dynamic select, which you can set your individual configuration. We have track pace, and track pace is something pretty cool. If you look at it, you can actually measure your 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or whatever you want. You can do a drag race, you can track the racetracks, and many more options. We also have the light settings where we can adjust the ambient lighting, and if we press that we have about 64 different colors that you can select from. But for this video we can set, for example, pink, but let's leave it to blue. As you can see, everything changes. Apart from that, we also have the connect with the Mercedes Me, in-car office, your cell phone settings, media, and radio and navigation. Taking a look at the navigation, we can see that it has a cool map, and when you press enter on the hardware controller, you can set the map in, for example, 3D mode, where if we zoom in a little bit, we should be able to see the buildings, such as here, in 3D, which is pretty cool. You can also set it to hit the north, but let's just leave it in 2D for now. You can also save your location or send your location to someone else. And over here we have some extra buttons, such as the dynamic select button. When we press it, you can see in the middle on the cockpit in what you put it, and in the middle you can also see what changes. So now it's in race mode. In Sport Plus mode, the engine is dynamic. Sport mode, you can see exactly what it changes. But let's leave it in comfort for now. On the right side, we actually have a button for the exhaust, where we can put it on powerful, which pretty much opens up the exhaust valves to increase the sound we hear and gives a beautiful, powerful sound. Because if we press it, we can actually see the exhaust changing. As mentioned before, it has a 360 degrees camera system. So let's take a look at it. To press this button, you can actually search for a parking space, but we can also look around the car. This is the 360 degrees camera system. This is the camera for in the front. And now you can see the front and from the top, the sides of the car and the rear of the car. Pretty cool. So that was the interior and the infotainment system. Now it's time to listen to the exhaust sound. So first of all, we are gonna hit the engine button to start the electronics. And then we are going to change the dynamic select to sport or race mode, it doesn't matter much. Now let's start the engine. So that was the video for today. I hope you guys liked it, and if you liked it, be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see all the videos, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.